Welcome back dear students. So here as you all know we are dealing with the chapter 2 from biology, that is biological classification, right? So now chapter 2 biology class na deal ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ and that is called as biological classification. So in my previous video you might have studied about different modes of biological classification, right? So here right from the basis of the olden days, okay, olden days ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನ್ಯೂ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಗೆ ಬರ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, we see there are many changes in terms of biological classification, right? Now olden days ಇಂದ new days ಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ we saw that there are many changes in case of biological classification. One such is that, okay, the famous father of biology, okay, the great father of biology who is known as Aristotle, he has given the two modes of classification, right? One is Plantae and other is Animalia. So in case of Plantae, he divided plants into the groups such as herbs, shrubs and trees, right? So when he came to the animals, he divided animals on the basis of two things. One is having red blood and other having not red blood, okay, non-red blood cells, and those are called as different modes of animals, right? So here what we have seen is Aristotle divided two different forms. One is Plantae and Animalia. In case of Plantae he went ahead, okay, ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, Plantae ದ herbs ಅನ್ನು divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, shrubs ಅನ್ನು divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಮತ್ತು trees ಅನ್ನು divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. But animals ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ he divided animals on the basis of animals having red blood like humans and many other animals which are having red blood, and other ones are the animals which are not at all having red blood. Okay, so here we saw different modes according to Aristotle. But when the time moved ahead, okay, when we came further according to the time, there came the father of taxonomy. Okay, the father of taxonomy is called as Carolus Linnaeus. So according to Carolus Linnaeus, he gave two kingdom classification. Kingdom is nothing but it is the vast hierarchy of taxonomy. As we all have seen different hierarchical arrangements in case of taxonomy, we saw that it had actually the different hierarchy had. First is kingdom Animalia, okay, or kingdom Plantae. First comes kingdom because it is very vast, and then comes phylum or division, then class, order, family, genus and species. That's why Carolus Linnaeus divided two kingdom classification. One is he called it as kingdom Plantae and other he called it as kingdom Animalia. Okay, all the plants, all the different organisms who are having chlorophyll which are green in color, all he said those are plants. And rest all who are not at all having green in color, that is they are lacking chlorophyll pigment, they are not undergoing photosynthesis, all those organisms he called them as kingdom Animalia. But then there comes a confusion because kingdom Plantae itself has different vast majority or different organisms are still left over because they are unicellular, because they have different composition of cell wall, they are heterotrophs, okay, some are unicellular very minute microscopic organisms which are having chlorophyll, okay, and that's why there was a confusion created. Okay, Carolus Linnaeus ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ he gave wide differentiation. ಅದು ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ Plantae ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮತ್ತು Animalia ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, Plantaeನಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ ದ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ Plantae ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ್ದು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ Animalia ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಂದ್ರೆ Plantae ಮತ್ತು Animalia ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್, ನಾವು ವೈಡ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅವನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ unicellular bacteria were present which were having green coloration, right? ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋಕೆ that will be very difficult. because the difference in cell wall composition ಇರ್ತದೆ. Cell wall is the outermost wall of the plant cell or different bacterial cell, and that is called as cell wall. So cell wall composition ಏನು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನ ಡಿಫರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. That's why there was a confusion. Okay, and to overcome this confusion, the great R.H. Whittaker, he gave 5 kingdom classification. Okay, and till date we follow his 5 kingdom classification. Is it clear? So in case of 5 kingdom classification, we saw that the 5 kingdom classification included kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Plantae, and the last is kingdom Animalia. Is it clear? So these are all the 5 kingdom classification which are given by R.H. Whittaker, and this 5 kingdom classification we carry on it for the generation. Okay, when you go ahead with your higher studies, you still get this 5 kingdom classification, because in this 5 kingdom classification we can simplify in a very easier manner about all the different diversity of organisms. Right? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವಾಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಏನದ ಭಾಳ ವಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಈ 5 ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬೈ R.H. Whittaker. Okay, that thing is very compulsory in your CET point of view. Okay, NEET exams are this R.H. Whittaker proposed 5 kingdom classification. Remember this point up to the end of your life. Okay, but another thing is remember all the 5 kingdoms up to the end of your life too. Okay, because you people are biologists, and this is the must thing that you must remember. Okay, and these 5 kingdoms are kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Is it clear? Yes. So now we should look into the thorough study. Okay, the thorough differentiation of all these kingdoms. Is it clear? See, in this class I'll be just giving you a easy way to remember all the 5 kingdoms. But in my next class I'll be teaching in detail about all the particular kingdoms over here. Okay, for time being, what I can do is I'll just give you an easy way to remember all the 5 kingdoms. Is it clear? Yes. So shall we begin? Yeah. So here you can see that the 5 kingdom classification first consists of Monera. Okay, mono means single, era means an organism. Okay, so Monera we can basically call them as single cell animals. Okay, here you can see these are, okay, the first basic differentiation is these are prokaryotic organisms. Okay, just find all the organisms which are in nature, which are on earth. ಅವು ಎಲ್ಲ organisms ನ ತಗೋರಿ. ಯಾವ organisms prokaryotic ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ, okay, prokaryotic in the sense the organisms are very simpler in nature. Okay, simpler in the sense they are lacking many cell organelles. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು cell organelles ನ absent ಅದಾವ. DNA form is very change over here. Okay, so here whenever you get, okay, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೀವು ಹುಡುಕುವಾಗ prokaryotic organism ಸಿಕ್ತಂದ್ರೆ take all those prokaryotic organism and put them in kingdom Monera. Is it clear? So kingdom Monera consists strictly of only prokaryotic organisms, whereas when you come ahead, kingdom Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia, all these 4 kingdoms consist of eukaryotic organisms. Okay, eukaryotic are much complex organisms which are having the cell organelles in them. Okay, so here the rest of the 4 kingdom classification consists of eukaryotic organism, and here eukaryotic organisms andre the organisms which are having cell organelles in them. They are much complex in nature. Their DNA is very different from the DNA of prokaryotic organisms, right? So even differentiation now basic nam school level da kaltu bandivi, right? Prokaryotic organism ಮತ್ತು eukaryotic organism differentiation ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. If not, you can just revise it again. Okay, so whenever you go ahead, okay, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೀವು ಹುಡುಕುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೋಕ್ರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೇಕ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಮೊನೆರಾ. But rest all which are eukaryotic, you just divide them in all the different 4 kingdoms. Okay, so Protista, fungi, plantae and animalia consist of all the eukaryotic organisms. Is it clear? Yes. So next is about kingdom monera. Okay, we'll look into further deeper knowledge about kingdom monera because these are the only sole prokaryotic organisms. Kingdom monera anta ನಾವು first study ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ this only consists of prokaryotic organisms. Okay, so here you can see that this prokaryotic organisms are divided into 2 different parts. Okay, one is autotrophic prokaryotic organisms and other is heterotrophic prokaryotic organisms. So autotrophic are the ones which synthesize their own food. Okay, auto andre own, okay, trophic andre food. Okay, so these are the bacteria. Okay, ಇವೆ autotrophic bacteria ಆದವಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತನ್ನ ಫುಡ್ ತನ್ನ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಾವೇ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. Okay, whereas heterotrophic, okay, heterotrophic andre they depend on other organisms for their food. Okay, hetero andre other, trophic andre mode of nutrition. Okay, heterotrophic andre ಇವೆಲ್ಲ organisms ಏನದಾವಲ್ಲ they depend on other organisms for their food. Okay, so here autotrophic we get 2 other forms. One is photosynthetic and other is chemosynthetic. Photosynthetic is nothing but in presence of sunlight, okay, they must have chlorophyll pigment. In presence of sunlight, the chlorophyll pigment converts the food process takes place. Okay, wherein they get the food from their own system with the help of sunlight. Photo means light. Okay, photo is referring to light. Okay, synthetic is mode of nutrition. In presence of light, okay, light iddaga ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರು ತನ್ನ ಫುಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾವೆ. Okay, that is called as photosynthetic. Whereas chemosynthetic is, chemo andre referring to chemicals, synthetic andre the mode of nutrition. Okay, chemosynthetic is the one ಯಾವ organisms ತನ್ನ own food, okay, chemical aid ಇಂದ, okay, chemicals andre in case of nature. Okay, in case of nature also you can imagine soil ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. Okay, ಆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. Okay, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೀಮೋಸಿಂಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾಸ್ ಏನದಾವಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್, ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಓಕೆ, ಆಲ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್, ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಅವ್ರು ತಗೊಂಡು ಫುಡನ್ನು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಕೀಮೋಸಿಂಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Is it clear? So this is about prokaryotic organisms and these are of 2 types. One is autotrophic and other is the heterotrophic. Autotrophic consists of photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. So now let's look upon different types of kingdom monera, different groups. Okay. So the first is Archaebacteria. Okay. So Archaebacteria, keep one thing in mind that these are the first form of animals which were found in case of earth. Okay, the first form of life found on earth are called as Archaebacteria. Archae refers to first, bacteria are nothing but these are the prokaryotic organisms. Is it clear? So Archaebacteria are, okay, Archae andre first and these are the first bacterial forms in case of earth. Okay, so Archaebacteria ಇವ್ರು ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ನೋನ್ ಅದಾವಂದ್ರೆ they can survive in very harsh environment. Very harsh environment ಅಂದ್ರೆ just imagine earth how it was earlier. ಭಾಳ ಹಾಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಓಕೆ, ಭಾಳ ವಾಲ್ಕ್ಯಾನೋಸ್ ಎರಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಆ ವಾಲ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಎರಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ನಾಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸರ್ವೈವ್? Highly impossible, right? But the survival of these particular bacteria were shown in case of earliest life. Okay, earliest life consisted of all the different harsh environments. ಓಕೆ ಐಸ್ ಏಜ್ ನೋಡೀವಿ, ವಾಲ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಇರಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಐಸ್ ಏಜ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ವಾಲ್ಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಇರಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಹಾರ್ಶ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Okay, let's look into different archibacteria. One is halophils. Halo andre refers to salinity, salt concentration. Halo refers to salinity. Phils andre, philic andre affinity, love towards salt. Okay, so halophils are the organisms which can survive in case of high salt concentrations. High salt concentration ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ? Okay, marine environment that we see many of the high salt concentrations. Okay, then comes the thermophils. Thermo refers to temperature. Phils refers to affinity or love. Okay, so here these are the bacteria which can survive in high temperature. High temperature in the sense during volcanic eruptions, okay, hot springs. Okay, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ high temperature ಇರ್ತಾವೆ and in those high temperature also these bacteria can survive. Okay, and then is methanogens. Methane is nothing but this is referred to methane gas. Okay, and these are the organisms which can survive into our gut region. Okay, gut region andre intestine specially. Intestine, what it does, it consists of the much of the different contents in it. Okay, one such is methane gas. Okay, biogas anta kelirಬಹುದಲ್ಲ. So these are the bacteria which consist in case of gut region of many other ruminant animals. Okay, many other animals naga animals gut region ದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ we find methanogens. So is it clear about archibacteria? Okay, so now let's move to eubacteria. Okay, so eubacteria are the one which consist of rigid cell wall. Okay, keep one thing in mind that eubacteria also consist of the cell wall. Okay, whereas new fungi ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು, fungi also consist of cell wall and kingdom plantae also consist of cell wall. Okay, but the only difference is that I'll write here okay. So here there was not a place for me and that's why I have written again over here. Eubacteria consist of cell wall called as peptidoglycan. Okay, so here we know three organisms having cell wall. One is eubacteria, other is fungi and third is plantae. But the difference of composition andre all the chemical nature of cell wall. Okay, chemical nature of cell wall is peptidoglycan over here, and here we saw it is chitin in case of fungi and cellulose in case of kingdom plantae. Okay, and that's why we have three different chemical composition of cell walls, that is peptidoglycan, okay, chitin and cellulose. So whenever you search, if you get a peptidoglycan cell wall prokaryotic organism, then collect all those prokaryotic organisms with peptidoglycan cell wall and put them in kingdom Monera. Okay, so ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಪೆಪ್ಟಿಡೋಗ್ಲೈಕನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೋಕರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಗ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ನ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಮೊನೆರಾದಾಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ eubacteria also consist of autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay, like I have told you, autotrophs are the one which process their own food. Our food na ತಾವೇ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಅವನ್ನ ನಾವು autotrophs ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Whereas the organisms, okay, ಒಂದು organism ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆದಾಗ ಫುಡ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೆ we call them as heterotrophs. In case of autotrophs, there are also photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Okay, I have told you the meaning of photo and chemo. In case of photosynthetic, we find cyanobacteria. Nostoc agli, cyanobacteria agli, okay, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ are grouped under eubacteria. Is it clear? And the last form of kingdom Monera is mycoplasma. Okay, so mycoplasma is nothing but they show absence of cell wall. Cell wall is totally absent, and these are smallest cell in nature. Okay, cell wall absent idre ನೀವು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ kingdom Animalia also do not consist of cell wall and mycoplasma also do not consist of cell wall. Okay, but ಒಂದೇ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅವು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ these are prokaryotic ಮತ್ತು ಇವು eukaryotic. Is it clear? So this is about kingdom Monera. Is it clear? Okay, so now let's look into kingdom Protista, fungi, plantae and Animalia. So here we find similar thing. One similar ಏನಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ eukaryotic organisms. Next is ಎಲ್ಲ eukaryotic organisms ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ದಾಗ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ನು ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ, ಯೂನಿಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ನು ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂನಿಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸೆಲ್, ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂನಿಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಯೂನಿಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಯೂಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ which are unicellular in nature, our organism sikkaga collect all those organism and place in kingdom Protista. Is it clear? So here this is the simplest differentiation which you can remember forever. One is these are eukaryotic and unicellular, but rest all fungi, plantae and Animalia, these are eukaryotic and multicellular organisms. Apart from this also, this kingdom Protista are also called as diatoms and desmids. Okay, diatoms and desmids are basically consisting of the golden algae. Okay, sometimes golden color algae. Okay, golden brown color algae yaake ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ they have very unique composition. Okay, unique composition ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು desmids ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಡಯಾಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು desmids ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಬಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಆಲ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಆಲ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದಂದರೆ ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಸಿ ಆಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಸೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಅನ್ಕ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಅನ್ಕ ಸಮ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ದಾಗ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಸಮ್ದಾಗ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುನೀಕ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈವೇನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಅದ ಅಲ್ಲ, that is in case of two overlapping shell. Okay, overlapping shell andre, see just for imagine this is one shell and this is other shell. So two overlapping shell andre hinge appearance ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಲೈಟ್ ರೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೀಳ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ this silica shell plate appear, reflect certain light rays, reflect light rays ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ they get certain golden color appearance, and that's why these are called as golden algae. Okay, diatoms and desmids. But here can you see algae illu bardani, algae illu bardani. But you can ask me a question, ma'am, ನೀವು algae illa golden algae ಹಾಕು ಬರಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Okay, simplest thing you can see on the board. Okay, these are eukaryotic unicellular organisms, whereas these are eukaryotic multicellular organisms. Eukaryotic multicellular algae ಭಾಳ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಅದಾವ ದೆನ್ eukaryotic unicellular algae. Unicellular ಅಂದರೆ this consists of only one cell. Okay, one cell ಇದ್ದಾಗ we can call them as golden algae. Whereas the next algae which you get in case of plants, they may be of blue colored, green color, blue green colored, red color, all the different multicellular algae you get over here. I'll deal further. Okay, right now you can see that in case of kingdom Protista we saw these are totally eukaryotic unicellular organisms. Okay, our bitre, these are consist of, first group is chrysophytes. Chrysophytes consist of golden color algae. Okay, that is they are called as desmids or diatoms. Okay, desmids ಮತ್ತು diatoms ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, and they consist of golden color algae. Second group is dinoflagellates. Okay, by the name itself, ಹೆಸರಿಂದನೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು, ಡೈನೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು, ಫ್ಲಾಜಿಲಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the mode of locomotion. Okay, it is a type of locomotory organelle. So dino ಅಂದ್ರೆ two flagellate, ಮತ್ತು you dinoflagellate ಯಾವತ್ತು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಗ you can imagine that this dinoflagellate, the two flagellae are 90-degree angle with each other. If one flagellate is towards backward and other is towards one side to form the 90-degree angle. Okay, so that is about dinoflagellates. And third is euglenoids. Okay, euglenoids ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ they are unicellular, eukaryotic, and the much interesting thing is they are mixotrophic. Okay, ಈ ವರ್ಡ್ mixotrophic ಅಂದ್ರೆ mixotrophic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, 2 or 3 components okay are mixed. Okay, mixotrophic is mode of nutrition. So mixotrophic andre 2 to 3 different modes of nutrition are mixed together. Okay, 2 ಮತ್ತು 3 mode of nutrition is mixed together, and that is called as mixotrophic. For example, euglenoids consist of euglena. Okay, euglena, we can see that these are the organisms consisting of both autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic andre ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ synthesize their own food. Heterotrophic andre depend on others for their food. Okay, mixo is yavattu they, if they get certain sunlight. Okay, just keep one thing in mind, euglenoids are always present in water areas. Okay, fresh water areas. So here whenever they get sunlight or sunrays sikkaga, they synthesize their food with the help of photosynthesis, that is autotrophic. But absence of sunlight iddaga, sun rays enough ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, so sunlight ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ they switch their mode of nutrition. Okay, nutrition mode na autotrophic ಇಂದ heterotrophic ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ, that is they depend on other organisms for their food purpose. Is it clear? And that's why euglenoids are very interesting organisms. Okay, next coming back to slime molds. Okay, slime molds, you can see that these are saprophytic in nature. Saprophytic in the sense means that they just depend on the dead and decaying organic matter. So next, last coming back to are the protozoa. Okay, protozoa first earlier they were confused to form the animals because there was the absence of cell wall. Cell walls absent ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೋಜೋವಾನ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಅನಿಮೇಲಿಯಾದಾಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ವಾಸ್ these protozoans are unicellular in nature, whereas the kingdom Animalia are multicellular in nature. Okay, and that's why protozoa are now grouped into kingdom Protista. Okay, so here this do not consist of cell wall. Okay, and example is amoeba, paramecia, plasmodium. Okay, you can see all the common organisms which you get in nature. Okay, they are called as protozoans. Whereas one thing na ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, see the word protista ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ, they get confusion. Protista relevant to prokaryote. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ವರ್ಡ್ನ ಭಾಳ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟ್. ಸೊ ಕೀಪ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ನೆವರ್ ಪ್ರೊಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಯೂಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್. ಪ್ರೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾ ಅಂತೂ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಮೊನೆರಾ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆರಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾ the kingdom Monera are prokaryotic in nature. whereas the kingdom protista are eukaryotic in nature. Keep that one thing in mind and remember forever. Okay, so kingdom protista all are eukaryotic organisms. Is it clear? Yes. So now let's move into kingdom fungi, plantae and animalia. We are left with the three kingdoms. So ಇವನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಮೊನೆರಾ, ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾ ವಿ ಸಾ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಫರ್ದರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಉಳಿದ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ ಆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ದಾಗ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಮೋಡನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಎನಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ ಆಟೋಟ್ರೋಫಿಕ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವಂದರೆ ಫಂಜೈ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೆ, ಅನಿಮೇಲಿಯಾ these have common features. Eukaryotic multicellular, eukaryotic multicellular, eukaryotic multicellular. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೈತಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಮೋಡ್ದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಆಟೋಟ್ರೋಫಿಕ್, ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಓನ್ ಫುಡ್, ಮತ್ತು ಹೆಟರೋಟ್ರೋಫಿಕ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಅದರ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಫುಡ್. ಸೊ ಆಟೋಟ್ರೋಫಿಕ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ that is photosynthetic. Photosynthetic ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ what you can see, we can imagine that photosynthesis occurs in case of plants. All the plants which undergo photosynthetic mode of nutrition, take them all and put them in kingdom plantae. Work easy atala? Okay. So kingdom plantae we get further groups: algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and geosperms. But in further classes, we will study about them in detail. For right now, I'll just tell only this. Okay. So now, we are left with two different kingdoms. Fungi, Animalia. Because, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ photosynthesis ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಆ organisms na ನಾವು collect ಮಾಡಿ kingdom plantae ದಾಗ place ಮಾಡಿವಿ. Right? But now we are left with two problems. Fungi ada, Animalia ada. Let's look over here. Okay. So fungi are, these are heterotrophic, whereas animalia are also heterotrophic. Okay, but the only difference is that here we see totally absorptive mode of nutrition. Okay, all the entire body depends on absorption, mode of absorption as a mode of nutrition. Absorption andre if they are present in certain environment, they absorb the surrounding nutrients. Okay, if you imagine what is it? If this is one bacteria or this is one fungus and surrounding it, you can see these are all nutrients. So you ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ, they go on absorbing the nutrients which is around them into their body, and that's how you see absorptive mode of nutrition. Whereas coming back to Animalia, heterotrophic mode of nutrition ada, but this ingestion mode. Ingestion mode andre they take in the food with the help of their mouth. Mouth in the food now tagondadaga we can say it as the ingestion mode of nutrition. So in case of all the animals we see ingestion mode of nutrition. With the help of mouth, food enters into the digestive tract. Okay. So that is about heterotrophic mode of nutrition in case of animals. Is it clear? So now let's come back to kingdom fungi. So in case of fungi we see Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. So ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು groups ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ I'll deal in detail in my next video. So now coming back to Animalia, we can see that animals only show active locomotion. Active locomotion ಅಂದ್ರೆ one place ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು place ಗೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ we can say it is active locomotion. Okay, and only animals show active locomotion. Okay, have you imagined plants locomoting? No, right? So only animals show active locomotion. Okay, and these are grouped into two different categories or order. So those are called as domains are called as non-chordata and chordata. okay, which you will study further classes. So right now this is about 5 kingdom classification given by R.H. Whittaker. Is it clear? So is it easy to understand for you all now? Okay, so do one thing. You can just organize all this everything into your notebook, copy it down, and then into the next class I'll be dealing in detail about each kingdom, and that time you must be able to differentiate. Okay, ನಾನು next class age each kingdom ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Yes, so this is all about 5 kingdom classification. Okay, so thank you for watching, and if you have any doubts you can ask me rightly, and whatever is on the board you can just copy it down into your notes book. Okay, at the last of the video also I'll be just sharing this entire board so that you can copy it down into your notes book. Yes, so thank you once again, and my next video class will be about in detail of all these kingdoms. Thank you again.